What if every human on Earth jumped at the same time? At first glance, this sounds like the kind of idea your sleep-deprived brain might whisper at 3 a.m. Right after, what if the moon was made of cheese? And just before, could I outrun a giraffe on a skateboard? But this question, surprisingly, has been taken seriously by scientists, physics teachers, and the occasional bored engineer with a calculator. So, what would actually happen if all 8 billion of us, kids, grandparents, office workers, astronauts, okay, maybe not them, stood side by side and jumped? Let's assume we're all magically teleported to one place for maximum effect. A giant flat desert would be ideal. Probably somewhere like the Sahara, which would instantly become the world's most overcrowded trampoline. We'll ignore the logistics of how we all got there, how we're breathing, and why Kevin forgot to bring shoes. Ready? Jump. For a glorious split second, all of humanity is airborne. We float above the sand, arms flailing, phones falling out of pockets, a few people yelling, "Whee!" for no reason, and then we land. Now here's where the science comes in. The average adult human weighs about 62 kilograms. Multiply that by 8 billion people, and you get roughly 496 billion kilograms of meat and bone hitting the ground all at once. That's a lot. But Earth is heavier, a lot heavier, around 6 septillion kilograms, in fact. That's a 6 with 24 zeros. Compared to that, we are the sprinkles on the cake of the planet's mass. So when we jump, we technically do push Earth in the opposite direction. Newton's third law and all that. But the shift is microscopic. In fact, when we all land again, the Earth's movement cancels out. So no, we don't knock the Earth out of orbit. We don't even cause it to wobble awkwardly, like someone stepping on a Lego. Okay, but what about the ground? Would the force of 8 billion synchronized landings cause a massive earthquake? Not really. The combined energy of everyone jumping would be about 350 gigajoules. That sounds huge until you realize that's about the energy of just one lightning strike. Earthquakes release millions of times more energy. So instead of splitting open the crust or forming a new mountain range, we might just get a dull, collective thud. It'd be impressive, sure. Birds might take off. Nearby animals would look confused. Somewhere, a seismograph needle might twitch slightly and then go back to sleep. But let's not give up just yet. Let's suppose instead of jumping straight up, we all jump in the same direction, say westward. Now we're applying momentum. If you add it all up, it would be equivalent to launching a 500 billion kilogram object a few meters per second. Again, peanuts compared to the Earth, but it's something. And remember that for every action there is an equal and opposite reaction. Well, if we jumped west, Earth would technically shift east, very, very slightly. We're talking nanometers. The kind of movement you'd expect if a squirrel sneezed somewhere in Tokyo. Okay, so we can't move the Earth. Can we do anything cool? Well, yes. The most interesting effect wouldn't be physical, but social. Gathering all of humanity in one place would cause more chaos than the jump itself. Infrastructure would collapse. Supply chains would disintegrate. We'd run out of food, water, and probably patience in about 4 hours. People would get lost. Some would get married. Someone would definitely try to live stream it, and someone else would be selling bottled air for $20 a pop. And what happens after the jump? Where do we go? Back to our homes? Do we even remember where they are? Also, have you seen 8 billion people in one place? That's over 1,000 people per square meter if packed tight. It would be humanity's biggest group hug and also its biggest panic attack. In short, from a physics perspective, humanity's grand jump would be a very minor event. No tsunamis, no orbit shifts, no continental drift. Just a big group of people jumping, landing, and realizing they should have packed snacks. But symbolically, that's a different story. Imagine for a second, every person, every nation, every culture, jumping together for no reason other than the joy of it. For one moment, the entire human race doing the exact same thing. That would be kind of beautiful. And then immediately arguing over whose fault it was that the jump didn't break the moon.